RC Pro-Am was yet another game seemingly bought at random and handed to me as a gift when I was a kid. And admittedly, I had no idea what to think of RC Pro-Am the first time I saw it. I never even thought why I would want a racing game, let alone actually play one. I mean, besides the allure of awesome RC cars, I could give a damn about racing them around a track. Who would think that was fun? Thankfully though, after a few brief moments playing RC Pro-Am, I understood why. Made by a then pretty much unknown developer called Rare, RC Pro-Am was played from a 3/4 top-down perspective, and the general idea was simple. Race your little RC cars around a track while trying to outrun and outgun the 3 other guys trying to beat you. Driving your RC car seems simple enough at first, but you soon discover that your car doesn't stick to the road in corners at all. To cope with this, you quickly had to learn how to drift if you were ever going to make it anywhere in the game. That's okay though, because it was incredibly fun to master each track by learning the perfect drift pattern while passing a whole group of cars in the process. It was super satisfying, and the biggest reason why this game stays fun to this day. And it wasn't just the racing that made the game so great. You also had weapon pickups and obstacles littered around the track as well. Missiles and bombs would become your best friends in a hurry, while water puddles and oil spills were the first things in a video game that caused me to throw my controller at the TV. There are also car parts sitting around each track that would give you a nice temporary speed boost if you run over them. It would also upgrade that part of your car if you collected enough of them over the next few races. So if you picked up an engine upgrade on the track, it would add a segment to the engine bar at the end of the race. Pick up enough to fill the bar, and your car would have a higher top speed overall. It was an interesting way of upgrading your car, to say the least. But let's not forget about how every NES game ever had to eventually get super hard. RC Pro-Am was no exception here, as it got brutally hard after your 15th race or so. So much so that in later levels you had to actually try to cheat the AI to win a race. This was because the AI in later levels were mostly made up of murderous rubber banding pricks that would somehow hit you with a rocket and steal first place out from under you, even if you thought you were miles ahead. It was always a good idea to stay back a bit, then in the last corner or so, hit a turbo pad to boost you around everyone and take the gold. That way the AI never had a chance to go into supreme asshole mode when you were in first place for more than a few seconds. It also didn't help that unless you gained extra lives by picking up the letters scattered around tracks, your game was over the instant you placed fourth. Yes, it could be frustrating, but it was always fun to start over a few hours later due to just how fun and unpredictable each race could be. Rare eventually made a sequel, and while it was still pretty fun, it never seemed to hit the highs of the original. The biggest new change being that the weapons were gone from the tracks and instead had to be purchased before the race, along with any car upgrades as well. So at least RC Pro-Am got a proper way to upgrade your car in using the money you earned from races, but it made the races seem less hectic and more planned out. The game also added hills and ramps, but they really didn't seem to make the game any more fun than the original. Some people may enjoy these changes, but for me, I'll stick to the original. To this day, RC Pro-Am is still a game I can go and pick up and immediately have fun with. It's still just as fun to play as it was then, and has aged shockingly well thanks to its reliance on drifting and power-ups. It would go on to inspire just about every top-down racer made to this day. This game's the real deal, and probably one of my favorite games of all time. And to think I would have probably never played it or gave it a second look if it hadn't been bought for me by a clueless relative. I guess they come in handy sometimes.